Now let's go to the North London derby.
Yeah.
A game that every Arsenal fan knew. I knew they were going to win because of the very expansive nature of the Spurs' team. They want to outrun, outpress. They want to virtually do everything more than the opponent.
He knows just one way of playing.
And look, and for me, the goal that actually cost him was the second goal, Saka's goal. Maybe I may not talk about the first one. Look at it. It is a corner kick. It's a corner for this ball. Actually, was a corner kick for Spurs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Arsenal won the ball back. But what I don't understand is the fact that the manager of Spurs, Postecoglou, look at it. Look at his last man.
Very high up the pitch.
Too high up the pitch. This is Bukayo Saka. This is Saka. This is Saka. Look, if you have your last man here, at this stage it was 1-0. First half of the game. If you are losing the game 1-0, 90th minute, that is when you do this.
You do this, yeah.
You need to be smart as a manager. Because the next goal means that you are going to make life extremely difficult for your team. As to how he stood on the touchline, Spurs has a corner kick to go and play, and then he allowed them to press high up the pitch such that they had no man on the center line.
Yeah.
At least, if you want to do that, there should be a man. You see, I think he overly trusts Romero and the boy from
Van de Ven
to recover on such games. But look,
and even with this, the recovery wasn't great because
yes,
I think there was an incident in the box where they were trying to
exactly. So you understand? So now look at Havertz. No Spurs player there. I think the one who actually could have, I think Poro here could have just gone and committed the foul. But they knew where they were, so they were all now concerned. We needed to get back. We need to get back. We need to get back, or else we'll be exposed. And truly, brilliant pass by Havertz. Look at Saka. You can see him pointing, giving the ball. Yeah. Look at the touch. And absolutely beautiful. Now, could Ben Davies have done better? I think he should have forced Saka onto his right foot. Mm-hmm. He should have. But Saka knew. Saka also is aware that Ben Davies is extremely what? Left-footed. Yeah. So when he cuts this, that is on Ben Davies' unfavorable foot. But Ben Davies should have come, because if Saka had gone wide, look at the position of the goalkeeper. The angle favors the goalkeeper. So you push him wide, awaiting the covering from this other Spurs player. So it's more or less a 2v1 situation. What Ben Davies should have done was to pause and get Saka to understand that you are not coming on your left foot. Mm-hmm. And here at this moment, look, your hands should be at work. You are not pulling him down, but you are blocking him from not going past you onto his favorable. He didn't do that. He has his hand order, because if you push him wide, the angle favors the goalkeeper. Or delay him a bit. There wasn't any delay. And then Saka, brilliant. Once he came back onto his level, he didn't need to hit it hard. All he needed to do was to pick his spot. And then Arsenal were cruising. Look, they were actually cruising. Now let's go to the next goal that Spurs conceded. That is the Havertz goal. Most people haven't noticed this. Look, Arsenal must be credited for the manner in which they've executed their set pieces. Mm-hmm. They do a lot of things at the same time. A lot of things.
And the stat says that they scored a lot of set pieces this season.
The most,
16 or 17.
No, after this weekend, it's actually 21.
21 from set pieces. That is absolutely fantastic.
The last thing to do that was Tony Pulis's team, West Bromwich.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that tells you the importance of set pieces in the game. They must be made to count. And Arsenal have made it. That is why, if you look at this, if you look at the fact that they've gotten 4 points off Man City, 4 points off Liverpool, they've shared the point with Villa, they've gotten 4 points off what? Spurs. Yeah. If they don't win the league,
beating Chelsea,
they've bottled it. If they don't win this league, they've bottled it. Those 4 points against City and against Liverpool should be the difference in who wins the league. But unfortunately, they don't have their destiny in their hands. Now look at what they are doing here. I'll allow this to roll, then I'll bring it, and I'll point some few things out to you tactically. So allow it to roll. If you don't see what they are doing, if you don't look at it, go. Now, the most important player here, look at all the Arsenal players. Let me bring it back a little bit. Look at them. Yes.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4,
You see,
5, 6.
they are all starting from what we normally say, the far post.
Yeah.
So every Spurs player here, look at the Spurs people. Who are you marking? Look at them. Completely.
Wonderland.
Look at them. 1, 2, 3, 6 of them. Who are they marking? Rather, all the Arsenal players are behind them. So the moment before the ball gets into motion, you saw all the Arsenal players now moving to the near post to attack the ball. Every movement of Arsenal player to the near post is clearly on the blind side of all the 6 Spurs players I have highlighted there. And you cannot afford, because that is your 18-yard box. You only afford to do when you are 100% sure that when the cross gets into the box, you are going to deal with the situation. They didn't do that. And the most important thing, everybody watch. Let me pause it here again. Before they started their movement towards the ball, there was nobody in front of the goalkeeper. Now, that took away the Spurs players' attention. They needed to protect their goalkeeper. Normally, at this level, you have a player protecting the goalkeeper. But because no Spurs player went to protect the Arsenal player, Ben White, they do a lot of things at the same time. Ben White, all he needed to do was to go and prevent the keeper from stepping, because that cross landed into the 6-yard box. If you don't prevent the goalkeeper from coming, he's coming with full blast command, knocking the ball in the head of any Arsenal player who decides to go and head it. So if I can block the goalkeeper and prevent him from coming, any touch from an Arsenal player, bang into the back of the net. So if you look at it again, look at him. He's blocked the goalkeeper from coming, virtually making him inactive. Because he was the only player who could have come to save this. Look at him. He just goes and then he blocks him off. Have you seen? Yeah. Bang into the back of the net. That, in my view, cannot be allowed to happen at this level. He's blocking him. And look at the Spurs players. None of them have any interest in protecting their own goal. Look at him. He blocks him off. But look, I don't know. But Edwin, maybe you can help us. If you're a goalkeeper, if I'm a goalkeeper, you're blocking me, I'm punching your face.
Yeah. You should make your presence
felt. I'm punching your face.
I don't know what Vicario was doing, though.
That's a goalkeeper. You have the advantage.
Exactly. I think he was too soft.
Leaning in
and from what coach is saying, it looked like every Arsenal player who was attacking that space, somehow had a role to play.
They all had a role to play.
Ben White was covered. I realized that Partey attacked the near post.
Yes. And then Saliba Havertz,
and then Havertz attacked.
Yeah. And then Ben White went and then blocked the goalkeeper. So if I'm a goalkeeper, I mean, other coaches should be telling the goalkeepers, if he comes to block you like that, you punch the hell out of him. Yeah. Under his ribs or something. So that you take charge. Because that is your zone. That is your zone. And you cannot be allowed, how can you be allowed to be bullied in your own zone? Yeah. Unacceptable. So again, look, credit must be given to us now. And I think the next goal I want to talk about, because for the sake of time, is the Romero goal. Look, I think that was the goal that nearly made a very comfortable day uncomfortable. Look at this Arsenal goalkeeper.
What was he doing? What was he thinking?
The gap. Look, he receives the ball from Saliba onto his right foot. Look at the gap. This is more than 10 yards. This is close to 18, 20 yards. So Saliba does the right thing. And in giving him the ball, look at the options he had. This is Gabriel. Yeah. Clearly moving away wider for him to play the ball to him. He could have gone long. This is Thomas Partey. Partey, everybody knew that they had. And then Saliba, after giving him the ball, also went wide. Yeah. If you roll this, indecision on his part. Am I going to go left? What is he doing? You can't do that. You cannot. If you watch this, the slow motion, look at him. Go to Gabriel. Where are you going? And even when he decided to use the left foot, he hesitated. There was a slight hesitation. Look at him. He hesitated. Can I go? No, he's gone. You don't do that when there are options. Look, I'm one of those coaches who believe that, yes, if the pitch would allow, it's better to play from the back. Yeah. Our pitches here in Ghana would not allow any of our teams to build from the back. But these pitches will allow you. And once there are options to be exploited,
take advantage.
You have to take advantage of the best option. His decision to play the pass in between and over, it's like he was trying to go in the middle,
I think
he was trying to chip it.
Over Romero.
Yes.
You don't look at it. Trying to chip the ball. What was that to Partey? Even Partey at that moment had already been eclipsed. So that was a very bad goal to give away. So look, Arsenal could count themselves extremely lucky because they were very comfortable at 3-0 down. This was the goal that actually brought Spurs back into the game. And I was listening to Edwin on air. If Spurs had a bit more time after the penalty, I think they would have rescued something.
It would have ended.
Out of nothing.
Yeah, 3-0.
They would have rescued something. So look, you want to win the league, you don't have your destiny in your own hands. You don't commit or you don't do such giveaways. So look, goalkeepers, defenders, see the error ahead of you. When there's no time, just kick it wide and maintain the goal line. So look, tactically, this is all that I want to talk about today.
Interesting. Edwin, just quick one, and then we'll go to Old Trafford and then the Villa Park for those two highlights.
Look, it was an important win for Arsenal, and it speaks of Arteta's influence on this team. It's not just the fact that he believed in a player like Kai Havertz, not just the fact that he knew that Gabriel Magalhaes and Saliba was the perfect centre-back partnership for Arsenal, but also the set pieces. They have emphasized the attacking from set pieces. As he said, they've scored, before the weekend, it was 19 goals from set pieces. Those were 25% of the goals Arsenal have scored this season.
That's massive. A quarter.
A quarter.
Boy.
And for it to come good in such a huge game, one where they needed to win, one where against their biggest rivals, and they knew that Man City were playing next, for it to come good in this game, I think Arteta deserves credit. But as coach said, they've had the advantage. They've had the better season, the best attackers, best defenders, and they've had the better results in the big games. If they don't win it, it'll be very, very disappointing for them.
Arsenal taking the right boxes, but like Coach and Edwin said, they don't have the destiny in their hands. Manchester City has still got a game in hand. But what it means, a lot of positives to actually pick from, because Bukayo Saka registered his 15th goal of the season. Kai Havertz, 18-goal contribution in all competitions this season.
All those things are individual records.
Yeah.
For me, it means nothing if they don't get their hands.
That's true, though. But I mean, for Havertz himself, a player who came in into the Arsenal setup and had to drag a lot of criticism because of the way he did not start. Well, I was telling Edwin that, look, Chelsea fans will not like these stats because somebody will say that Arteta has got the best out of the German in terms of what they are doing this season, though.
Look, even at Chelsea, and especially at Bayer Leverkusen, you could tell that the ceiling was high for him.
Yeah.
It was just important to get him in the right system with players around him who could support him. You understand his weaknesses. Obviously, he has a lot of weaknesses. The fact that there are days where he looks very lackadaisical. There are days where he's not up to it finishing
They say Thomas Tuchel, they use him all over the place.
Which is fine. Even Arteta has used him. Even Arteta has used him all over the place. But finally, he's fit into a role that fits his ability.
Yeah.
And he has players who are able to complement his own abilities. He can, as a number 9, even as of number 9, the striker for Arsenal, he can drop back because he knows that he has Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli or Trossard who can fit into that position and take over those scoring abilities while he comes deeper, picks up the ball and causes chaos. I think under Chelsea, he wasn't giving enough time, enough support in his bad days to get him through those moments, and he eventually left to Arsenal. At Arsenal, it started roughly, but I think he's getting the support he needed from the manager, from his teammates, to build himself into the team and fits right in.
Let me just add this
on
the part of Thomas Partey. Look, he's again shown that if he's in an Arsenal team, he makes them better.
Yeah.
He makes them thick. And I think this is Arteta's best lineup in terms of defensive, that first 11 pick. Thomas Partey virtually allows Declan Rice to play his game. And if you look at the way Thomas plays his game, how I wish he would stay fit. Okay, because if he had stayed fit in that Villa game, I think Arteta indecision not to play him in that Villa game is what is going to get them to lose the title if they were to lose it. Because in that second half against Villa, when the second half started, you could clearly see that Jorginho was struggling, but he sat on the bench. He didn't fix it. He didn't fix it. Then bang, they conceded. Stay, he didn't see the need to fix it. And then it caused them the defeat. That is the reason why they don't have their destiny in their hands. But look, I don't know, but for those closer to Thomas, they should tell him, he should look at, he needs to take care of himself better. Because I still believe he's got a lot to offer.
Give. Yeah.
And the fact that his injuries are not as a result of he being kicked, calf, hamstring. So those injuries, you need to now, if possible, change your dieting. Change a lot of things about your body. Study your body. Change a lot of things. Because for me, I don't want to see him leave the EPL. I wish he could stay there for another 2 years. But for Arsenal, because he's got only one year left.
Yeah.
Why would they renew the contract if he cannot stay fit? And they are still looking at the Aston Villa boy, Douglas Costa.
Yeah.
I think if they get him, then he has to leave. But
You mean
he
Douglas
needs to-
Luiz?
Yeah, Douglas Luiz. He has to take care of himself better and stay fit, and then what? Contribute his quarter to this thing.